Our little house in the hills is a house to a love that will never be contained. But hearts that are joined are hearts that are open to that one heart that calls all things into the chaos of curious dance. And so through the rolling years and the arc of every gracious season, we have turned in these gardens, with our hands raised and our bare feet cast in tumbles and sweeps over carpets of earth and green. We have found a companionship with every living thing. And in the melting light of an afternoon, when the kookaburras cluster in chorus and the spiders weave and draw a lace of sacred circles through the trees, and when the dragonflies lift and lilt over bumblebees deep and drunk in the ecstasy of flowers, and when the beetles bow down and press their lips to the earth, to the sacred dirt there beneath the bustle and the gold and rust-coloured litter of leaves, it is our love, Anna, that moves in the heart of every living thing. And the moo cows poke their heads in through the windows and eat the salads. But our little house in the hills is a house to a love that is nothing if not generous in expression. And everything we have learnt of love, we have learnt of a rich and generous earth, my love. And so we have woken to see Mohammedan rain rise and lift in licks of smoke and come rolling off the ridges. And we have seen a twist of clouds twist and slip down along the curve of a canopy, wet and surrendered to the touch. And we have seen the gentle valley, the contours spread in gentle lines, rise and hunger and writhe beneath the roll of relentless summer rain. It is the same passion that burns in our hearts, that stirs the earth back arched into a release of birds and a whirl of butterflies soft and scattered into cotton sheet skies. It is our love, Anna, that makes us a companion to every living thing. And so I wink at the blue-eyed crow slowly sifting through the pages of a paperback and say, I know what you know. In love, there is belonging. And you stand and call from the kitchen doorway, come home. Wandering boy, come home. And love is a light wind that catches and turns in the calico curtains, while outside in the glorious architectures of air, great cloud castles gather and collapse and scatter shadows over lands now wrapped in ribbons of gold and green. And the gentle cows lift their lovely eyes in patient stares, come home. And the trees sweep and the eucalypts rise and rushes to the ridges, and the camphor laurels snuggle into a sunlight lifting and as thick as laughter, come home. You kites and you crows, you angels lost to the throes of heaven, come home. You fig-leafed and you feathered, you planets tethered to the heart of God, come home. Wandering boy, come home. Let the herons guide you, let the spray wash over and soak your hair, let starlight splash and crash against your timbers. Food is on the table and the candle in the kitchen softly flickers. Come home. Come home. To love. It is your love, Anna. In your love there is a belonging and a companionship to every living thing. And our little house in the hills is a house to a love that will never be contained. But it is all contained within.